Hey guys, what's up? We had some audio issues for the first episode. Can you believe it? Wow. Uh, we did our best to fix it. I don't know if I was successful or not, but we're gonna work on that and make sure that that's not a trend for future episodes. So I'm sorry if anything sounds weird for this one, but thank you again for listening, and we really appreciate all of you who are here right now. But I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Peace. So do you want a cold open or no?
Sure. All right. What's up?
That's
your
not
boy.
a cold open. That's an intro.
I don't know what a cold open is. Where you just throw yourself in.
A cold open.
Like,
all right, we'll start it right now when we're talking about should we intro it. That's our cold open.
No, wait. I thought I knew what a cold open was. I thought that was fine. I just said,
Actually,
"Hey, what's up?"
I think we should cold open all the time and then intro in the middle, because I think we'd be like The Office and we'd be cool. And I like that style.
Intro when we take our 30-minute break.
Yeah. Hey, welcome guys to the podcast.
All right, later, bitch.
At the end, this is our thing, and we're
You're
done.
like, oh, by the way, my name's Shivam.
I'm Isaac. All right. Okay, yeah. So, a cold open, if you don't know, is where you just open, and it's there's no warm up. There's no like, hey, this is what this is whatever. You just go in.
Is this where cold turkey comes from?
No.
When you're going cold turkey, you just you just stop, right?
It's kind of the same. Yes.
So cold open and cold turkey are opposites.
Oh,
that's pretty. Learn something new
they're
every
the same
day.
thing. It's the same idea. Because the opposite.
But they are opposite.
But you're like warming up. You're warming up to something, you know. But like when you cold open or cold turkey, you don't warm up to it. You just do it.
I think they are opposites, because like
cold open and cold turkey.
Yeah, no. Think about it. It's like, so if you cold open, you thrust your audience into a situation. You're like, hey,
you thrust your audience.
You thrust them. But with cold turkey, I don't know if you thrust someone away from the situation. So it's like a reverse thrust. That's the way I see it.
No, but the whole concept of cold something is that you're just throwing shit. You're just thrusting them, you know? You just go in. There's no warm up. You just go in. So like they're the same thing. Like cold open, you're opening something, but like cold turkey means that you're stopping something. But the cold is the part that's the same. So it's the same concept, same idea, but you're doing different actions. Yeah. Okay. Welcome, guys.
Well, anyways,
to the podcast.
I was hoping. I was like, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to like throw it in there.
I think it's better that we both said it at the same time.
Listener, my name is Shivam.
Yeah. My name is Isaac. You can also call me Bromgard.
Or Bumgardner.
Or Bumgardner.
Or Garden Boy.
I also go by Stupid Bitch Boy.
I was going to say that. That's what I call you behind your back. How'd you know?
Oh, come on. No. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, I was hanging out with your parents, and they were like, hey, were you with our son, Stupid Bitch Boy? And I was like, oh, yeah. But I left him, and he's going to have to walk back.
They were just like, hey, were you with Stupid Bitch Boy? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that fucking
he's not our son.
Dumbass.
He's not our son.
He just hangs out with us.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
I feel like I'm hearing myself a little bit, like an echo from your side.
From my side?
Am I? Yeah, because I can like hear myself a little bit.
What about now?
What about? Okay, let's just keep going, and then maybe I don't know. It might not have been picked up, so it's.
I'll turn you down on my end, but it's through the headphones, so you shouldn't. Maybe it shouldn't be like that.
My voice is just too powerful.
Loud, too fucking loud. Yeah, calm down.
So like I don't know, because I felt like when I was trying out the recording thing, I feel like I have to overcompensate a little bit because I don't normally talk that loudly.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should adjust the gain so that you're. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't want it to be too loud.
We'll figure it out. To the one person listening, we'll figure this out.
Well, we said three. We said you, me, and one of our moms.
Right.
The reason we're saying all this.
This is our first time recording this.
Yes,
one
this is
take.
definitely
Yeah,
our first
definitely
time
our first
recording.
time. And
Isaac's computer definitely did not fuck up the first time.
yeah, and I don't know if you remember this listener, that or one listener that include we said earlier that you probably don't remember that that the only people watching this is Shivam, myself, and just one of our moms. Not both of
One
them,
of our
just
moms,
one of
yeah.
them. Yeah,
Because
there's
I
no
think,
way.
they'll alternate, be like, oh, maybe this isn't a bad idea. And then the other one will be like, man, fuck this idea.
I
And
like
then the
to,
other one will be like, okay, like, fuck this idea. And then like, oh, that's
I
great.
like to I like to think it's like an internal struggle. They're like one of them
Should I
listens to the
support-
first one. One of them's like, I'll
Yeah.
listen to it later, and the other one is like, I'll listen to the first episode, and then
Yeah.
they're like, I don't like this. This is terrible, and then they stop listening, and then for a while it's just us two talking to nobody, and then
Yeah.
and then
Except for each other.
the other mom remembers, oh, I should listen to this, and then
Probably
they
listen
listen,
to
and then
Stupid
they're like,
Bitch Boys, yeah.
they turn it off like 15 minutes in. They don't
Yeah,
get through the
probably.
cold open.
Yeah.
And
Wherever we decide to start it.
Whenever we decide to start, look, we don't listen. We don't settle on your conventions. We don't care about where you want us to start. We do whatever we want. That's why we don't have listeners. But
Do we do it knowingly? No,
Yeah.
because we still don't know what we're doing.
we know what
That's
we're doing.
fine.
We're professionals. Fake it
Well,
till you make it, baby.
We're trying at least. Wait, okay,
Yeah.
so let's go back because I want to like properly introduce ourselves. Kind of who we are, how we know each other, and like how we got started with this idea. So,
Yeah.
Isaac, why don't you start us?
Okay.
Why don't you start us off?
Where do you want me to start?
Just like
Should I
self
say
intro, I guess.
myself? Okay, yeah. So we're both UT students. I'm studying economics. I'm a senior. But I have to take a 5th year because I'm good at school. And
Hey, you remember his nickname for a reason, right?
yeah, stupid bitch boy. That's actually what my professors call me. It's weird. They call me in classes where there's no like participation credit, and they just say, "Hey,
And they're just
stupid bitch boy, what do you think about this?"
I think it just keeps up class morale,
Yeah, honestly,
and
A lot-
especially on like these Zoom calls.
Yeah.
Like it's disappointing. So they're like, all right, this is what we got to do to like keep it going.
yeah.
You're an important part of the energy.
And now that
Keep it
like
going, dude.
we're on Zoom, they can insert like thunderous applause, so that way every single class there's that joke is met with like thunderous applause and just absurd
Yeah,
amounts of laughter.
Everyone eats it up every single
Yeah,
time.
they eat it up, or it's an audio file, but either way, it doesn't matter. What if we just did like? What if we put in a laugh track into this?
We should get
So,
a
like,
soundboard.
Yeah, that way we can trick people into thinking that we're funny, just like how sitcoms do, and then we'll just become
people in the
Big Bang
background are
Theory.
laughing. Dude,
Other
I
people are
will,
laughing.
like I cannot watch The Big Bang Theory. I don't even know if it's still going, but the laugh track, like I want to do like a what's it, like a drinking game, like a shot game
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that counts like the number of times that laugh track is played because it is
You'll die.
ridiculous.
You will die.
It's ridiculous.
get like 0% alcohol and you'll still die. Just drink
Once you get
water.
water,
Yeah, you just
Like,
OD
oh,
on water.
he died by
That's a thing.
overhydration.
That
It
a
is
thing.
possible, yeah.
But like you'll
Someone-
drink so much you'll die from overhydration.
I saw this
Hyperhydration.
this news article where back in the day when the Wii was still like popular,
Mhm.
it was this radio show hosted this segment called "Hold Your Wii for a Wii," and you had to like not use a bathroom, and you had to
Oh,
keep drinking like a water bottle every hour, and you can't pee. And this woman like died for a
Oh.
Nintendo Wii.
oh my goodness, that's so terrible.
I
Yeah,
know.
never hold
It's
your
so sad.
never hold your piss because like that's how you get a UTI, urinary tract infection. Always
Just go pee.
always relieve yourself. It's not good for you to hold stuff
Just
in your
do
bladder or in your like whatever. Actually, a
I
lot
got
of
pretty good at it actually.
dude, a lot
like-
of gamers, like streamers, get like
I
UTI
would imagine.
because
Yeah.
they don't get up
'Cause they
for
don't piss,
a
yeah.
long time. Yeah, they just sit there.
Wait, but like, how long is a long time?
I don't, just
Like,
go to the bathroom. I
10
feel like
inches? Okay.
I don't know the numbers, but I feel like if you know the numbers, then you'll push the numbers, and that's just bad. I think it's different for every person, probably.
I
But
think like so, like back in high school, I went to
Yeah.
Bel Air, right?
Oh,
and
really?
the bathrooms there were like notoriously, like they were bad, dude. They were nasty, and
Man.
like peeing at school was just not recommended. But like taking a dumperoonie at school was like out of the question. Like that was
Jeez.
not possible. And if you did, like you were like Navy SEAL bravery.
What
like,
a bitch. Oh, wait, no, sorry, not a
Bro.
bitch. Your balls of steel.
But like no, but like there was some weird shit happening in there. Like a friend of mine, he walks into the restroom in at like one day of school, I can't remember exactly when. And you know, they would have like rows of like urinals, like, and they
Mhm.
wouldn't actually like put up stalls to those, like, you know, little thing you see on see each other's dicks. Like they didn't have those, which is already a problem.
Yeah.
And he just sees this guy like furiously like beating his meat in the corner. And the guy, he looks at him, he does this. He's like doing his thing. He like looks up, doesn't smile, and and my friend, he just like backs out, and he just looks back down. He just starts going back at it. He's like, "What the fuck? Like that is not okay."
What a savage. Oh
It
my
was
god.
wild.
That's balls of steel.
Nobody. That really is. That
Yeah.
it was incredible. But anyways, why don't you continue talking about
Yeah,
yourself? We sorry, listener, whoever you are. We do run off on tangents very often.
Remember, listener, earlier in the episode where we kept going off on tangents and it was a problem? You know? Do you remember that? You don't
Yes.
remember that? Come on, man. You're not really paying attention to this episode. We're going to make people paranoid. We're going to keep doing that. And somebody's actually going to be sitting there like, fuck.
Bro, we're doing it
that?
right now. We're doing it right now.
You're the one listener.
So,
I'm sorry if you're paranoid. Oh, one listener. But
so
you're gonna...
like, Isaac and I have what some may consider a bad habit of just like being like, oh, by the way, and this reminds me of something else, or and then just going off on there, and then it's hard. It's just hard.
Hopefully
you just forget what you're talking about originally.
Hopefully you're not gonna. Also, if we're cutting each other off a lot, or if like there's a lot of stutters, listener, we apologize. There is a delay in our video stream. I mean, we're sitting next to each other live, doing this live. We're we're not 200 miles apart. So if
I think it's
300, maybe. But if we keep like stuttering or like cutting each other off, that's why. It's because we're not realizing that the other person's talking until like they're 10 seconds in, and we're like, oh fuck, maybe I should not talk.
Yeah, we were trying to do a sync up thing earlier, and so Isaac will say like 1, 2, 3, and then he'll say 1, 2, 3 again, and I'll like time it. So it's like it works. But apparently, when I tried saying 1, 2, 3 in the second round, I started counting when Isaac had finished. So
yeah, I was like,
definitely there's something happening.
It was like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess that's just how it is, man.
That's just how it goes. Okay, so
but why don't you go back into
How about you shut your mouth and I will.
I'll drive over to Austin and beat your ass.
You can try, but they won't let you in. We're on lockdown.
I'll find someone on Craigslist to go over and beat your ass right now.
Somebody to be my
and
ass.
Best believe that would work.
It probably, honestly, you could hire my roommate to fly back from Taiwan and be my ass.
Okay, that'll be worth it. Yeah.
So I'm an econ major. I'm a senior. I've taken an extra year because my degree plan, I switched majors from electrical engineering to econ, but I switched a little bit late, and the degree plan pushed me back a year. As we already said, little stupid bitch boy is my nickname in class. So I'll just
that's actually also his rapper name. Isaac's trying to go into the rap game.
Actually, I should.
And
I should
be
make
on the
that.
lookout for Stupid Bitch Boy on. So,
okay, when we actually produce whatever the title of this podcast or whatever our band names like music, that's gonna be my rapper name. I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up? It's Stupid Bitch Boy here. And then that's just gonna be me, unless somebody already did that, in which case I'm not gonna do that.
I don't think I feel like even if they were bad, I feel like we would know at this point in time that there's a rapper with that name. You know what I mean?
Honestly, probably. Yeah, I could probably get away with it.
I feel like there would be.
I just don't want to steal jokes, Actually, no, fuck that. That's who I am. That is me. I'm not being ingenuine. I am a stupid bitch boy. I'm owning it.
Nice. That's important. Yeah.
I'll talk about I'll talk about some of my interests because I already talked about one of them. I really like music and music production, so I am planning on doing songs, and like releasing an album at some point. And I believe Shivam might want to jump on that on me. I definitely am going to produce music for
Yeah,
myself.
I'll jump on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, please do.
Yeah.
If you can, jump 300 miles onto me.
Hey, wait, you're cutting out a little bit. Can
Well,
you
that's
slow
your
down a little
fault.
bit? Oh yeah, okay. Now you're good. I think you're good.
That's just your problem, man. I don't have to cater to you and your shitty internet. So yeah, so we might
All right, so you're saying
I'm
music
definitely gonna
production.
do
Yeah,
stuff.
I do like music production as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do stuff on my own. And what we do together will be separate for what I'm doing on my own. So be sure to look out for both of those things, and we'll let you know of any projects that we do later. I'm really into filmmaking, and that's something I'm learning. And so right now I'm starting a. I also really like gaming. What the hell?
Big gamer guy.
Sorry,
here.
I gotta
big
pause.
gamer.
Big game. I gotta pause real quick. I just got a Discord chat, and it said it's from our org's Discord chat, and it just said Chang, and it said good to see you, Chang. And I'm like, are you talking to yourself? What? I was like, it's a
Wait,
message
did he-
from Chang saying good to see you, Chang. Or maybe that's his he has like a signature on Discord.
No. Okay, so the Discord, it like the setting is turned on where if a new person joins the server, it'll welcome them in the
it
general
says
thing,
good
and
to
it'll
see
be
you,
like,
Chang.
hey.
Okay, that was so weird though because it showed his
Yeah,
like
so-
profile, so it looked like he was talking to himself, and I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
All right.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that. Sorry for the interruption. So yeah, I really like gamer. I'm a big gamer. So I'm gonna be starting a YouTube channel for gaming soon. We're gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing. Oh, you remember? Viewer. I already
Breath
told
of the
you this.
Wild, yeah. You're a survival.
Earlier in the podcast.
Yeah,
yeah. So,
earlier in the podcast.
You got to remember that. So what it is I'm going to be playing games that I like. I'm going to be talking about game design, and I'm just going to try to make it fun and funny and enjoyable. Maybe different ways to play games that might be stale. I really like Breath of the Wild, so I'm going to start on that. I know it's like old now, but Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out soon, in 2020. So I want to get kind
Really?
of going
Okay,
for that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then I want to do a true survival Breath of the Wild. I don't have a channel name yet, so if you're watching this and you're interested, just type in True Survival Breath of the Wild into YouTube and just keep refreshing it until you see a video pop up.
Yeah,
And then-
just keep going at it.
and that should be-
eventually.
Yeah, that should be me, and you'll recognize my voice. So I'm not going to change my voice for the video, so you should be able to find it through there.
Auto-tune the shit out of it, yeah.
Yeah, and then once I actually get a channel name, we'll plug that stuff. I'm working on getting like a Twitter set up and all that stuff, so we'll plug our social media so that you guys can find us on there and start following what we're doing
Oh,
a little
I
bit
forgot
easier.
that that's a thing.
Yeah,
I totally forgot that
I
that's a
only-
thing. We should totally plug ourselves. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I only
I
thought
always
about
wanted
that.
that opportunity.
I thought about that because I started watching some streamers and they have like a whole section of like where can you find me, and then I was like, man, this is really inconsistent uploading. But then they're like, oh, follow me on Twitter to figure out when I'm streaming, and I'm like, that right there, that makes sense. I'm looking
Yeah,
at that.
so you're like, okay, now
That
I'm
makes
gonna make a
sense.
Twitter
Yeah,
and then
so
follow you. Yeah,
yeah,
instead
so
of
it'll
just
be
being outside your house.
for all my projects and stuff like that. And
One
yeah,
thing
and
that I wanted to ask you about, like, so when did Breath of the Wild come out?
2 years ago. I'm gonna actually look up the
Is
date
that
so I don't
considered
speak out of my
so
house.
2 years
old.
ago?
Yeah,
That's
It came
considered
out-
old.
it came out like when the Switch, around the time the Switch was released.
And that was 2 years ago. I feel like
yeah.
it was super recently.
March 3rd, 2017.
Wow,
It's
Crazy.
also on the Wii U. I didn't know that.
really?
That's how
The
that's
Wii
how
U
old
was
it
like
is.
kind of late.
Yeah. Because it was in transition between the two consoles, so they released it for both consoles when the Switch came out, so that you could play it if you
Mhm.
didn't have a Switch. I don't know if anybody plays it on Wii U, but it's there, so you know.
I don't know. It's just funny to me that you say that because like the latest video game that I played, because I'm not a big gamer. Like I think games
Yeah.
are fun, but I never really like got super into it. Like I think it's from 2015, and
Okay.
like it's a good game. Like
You
like the
remember
game
title?
that I play regularly, not the game that I have in mind. I think it's 2015. The game that I'm thinking of, like that I play regularly, is NBA 2K13. And I still play that, and it's a great game. Great
Shut
game,
up.
honestly.
Shut up.
No, I'm serious. I'm playing in the NBA Finals in my rookie season right now, and it's very exciting.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
So
When you said that, I thought it was like some esports league shit, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, but that game, like it came out in 2012, and I honestly still love that game. Great
Dude,
game.
yeah.
None of the rosters are updated though. So like I'm playing OKC in the finals, and right now I'm playing against Serge Ibaka, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook,
Dude, nice.
and none of them are on the Thunder anymore, which is pretty funny. But
Dude, that's kind of
it's an enjoyable
awesome.
game, yeah.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for those channels. We're also, once COVID and quarantine is done, hopefully that's not super long. It's not looking good, but we'll talk about it. We might talk about it later in this podcast or in a different episode.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So, we're thinking about doing a like sketch comedy channel together. So we'll be recording like skits, and that's when we're gonna be able to practice filmmaking and stuff like that and get better. And hopefully make that. It's gonna start really low budget and really shitty, but it'll get better over time. So just kind of like be patient with that. And
at least we'd like to think so. Because I think, I was going to bring it up in my interest section as well, but I also do like filmmaking.
Wow,
and
fucking
Isaac
copycat.
will like. That's your personality trait, bro.
It's true. Oh yeah, that's right.
But like we'll like when we're hanging out, sometimes we'll just be like, "Oh, I just thought of a funny sketch idea," and we'll bounce it off each other and like try and like think about how to make it better.
Yeah.
Or like how to execute. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of that's just going to be like our budgets are really small right now. So we're going to have like, we're not going to have as many cameras. We're not going to have as much like stabilizing equipment.
Bro, you're cutting off like crazy.
Bro, that's your fault again. Is it I'm going to put my hood down. I think it might be my hood. Can you hear me better?
I think it's literally just a connection.
Oh, we'll fix it in the second episode, viewer. I'm sorry. We apologize.
Yeah, I think as long as it's recording well, I think that's our primary concern.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be able to hear you.
Yeah.
That's half.
We're gonna fix it so that we can have a better flow of conversation in a different episode. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. It's just gonna be like a budget issue. Like it's gonna be hard for us to do like really really quality like streams and stuff like that, or sorry, really quality like video, just because we're like, we don't have the money to get better cameras, lighting, dollies, equipment like stabilizing, whatever, mics.
Yeah, and we don't know what the hell we're doing either. We just
exactly, yeah, we got to learn all that.
Like,
got to learn all of that. So it's fine, but that's what we're gonna be. That's gonna be a continuous project that's gonna get better over time. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah. We'll we'll post on Twitter, and we'll let you guys know when we're able to record together and when we're able to like do stuff for that. And yeah, I think, is that everything I want to talk about? I think so. I also am a huge nerd, so I'm going to be I want to talk about a lot of like, I love movies and movie reviewing too. So I'm probably going to be talking about a lot of like movies and kind of maybe nerdy movies more. I really love Star Wars and like the Marvel movies. And I might be referencing some comics here and there. I don't actively read comics now, but I have I do look at a lot of comic book history stuff. And I watch Dragon Ball. So whenever that comes back on, I'm probably going to be talking about that.
Wasn't there a movie that came out relatively recently?
Broly
Dragon
movie.
Ball?
It was really good, actually. Yeah, the animation was incredible. And it was like
I think he had blue hair in it at one point.
They did what?
He had blue hair, and I was like,
dude, yeah, that's the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. That's their strongest form, other than form that go their second strongest form for both of them.
Nice.
But yeah, they redid the story of Broly, who was a character that they introduced like 10 years ago or something like that. Like during Dragon Ball Z's run, one of their movies was the Broly movie, and I guess they just forgot that happened, or they didn't care because the creator wasn't like directly involved with it. So they just completely rewrote the character, which is good because it's a good movie and they revitalized that character and they didn't kill him. So he's gonna be in spoiler alert for that movie, by the way, he doesn't die. So like they're gonna,
well, I guess that's a good,
well, it's I think it's a good spoiler because you don't want him to die. He's a good character and he's a good kid.
Is he a bad guy? Is he a good
guy? The whole idea of Broly is that he's a rare form, like a rare kind of like, I guess genetically, if you're thinking about like their power levels are like genetic to their race, he's off the charts. So it's technically like a mutation. Nobody's ever seen it before, like how strong he is. And so they just kind of like, his dad is a really shitty guy and he just takes advantage of his power, and just he's just not a good father. So it kind of turns Broly into a villain, but he's also a villain because like he's only an antagonist because the Saiyans get their power from rage and from like anger. And since he's more like powerful, he has uncontrollable rage. And he just kind of loses sight of everything and he loses his mind and goes berserk, which makes him incredibly powerful, but it also means that he's going to mercilessly destroy things that he doesn't want to destroy. So that's why he's an antagonist. He's like the Hulk. He's basically the Hulk. He is the Hulk. He's the Hulk of...
That's a good... Yeah, okay. Really
I just realized my world is shattered.
He's the Hulk. Oh,
Broly's the Hulk. So TLDR. But
yeah, it really sounds like it based off that description you gave me.
Yeah, so that's me. That's what I'll be talking about on this podcast.
So,
if you're not interested in that, then fuck you, man. It's my life. All right.
All right. For myself, like I said, I'm Shivam. I don't know if Isaac mentioned this earlier, but I am a third year at UT. I'm studying environmental engineering, which is like why throughout this you're probably going to hear us make jokes about like plants and stuff because like that's just what I do. So
we had we'll such say, a good joke about a plant.
We did have a really good joke for it, but so your audio messed up.
Shut up! It's not my problem. It is my problem.
But like, so like, we'll just always joke about it. Where like, I won't understand something if it's like a normal thing. Yeah. But if it's a plant, I'll be like, oh, I got it now. You know what I mean? Like if a donut fell from someone's hand and it was like, oh, like calculate speed, I'd be like, oh no, I don't know how to. It'd be like, oh, but if a potted plant, I'd be like, I got it.
It's about donut's about the size of like a little what are they called? Succulent.
Like a
succulent.
You know what I'm talking about, like the dry one that you don't have to. Succulent. It's about the size.
I was just waiting. I was waiting for like our connection to like sync up and for you to hear what I said.
I didn't hear what you said.
Succulent.
Okay, you did. Okay, great. Yeah, okay, great. Cool. I didn't hear that. So
maybe I'm not, I'm not as loud with you.
What was that?
I said maybe I'm just not allowed. Yeah. I'm talking because I think his audio is coming from his mic, but for some reason my interface doesn't allow that. So my audio is actually coming from an earbud that's in my ear. So that might be where the discrepancy is, because I'm loud enough for my mic, but I'm probably not loud enough for my like earbud.
Oh, I see. Okay, that might explain it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But moving on. So yeah, plants are cool. Some of my interests. One thing right off the bat, baby. Skate or die.
She said, "See you later, boy."
I said, wait, that's the second line.
You said skater boy. Yeah.
I said shit. Right. Okay. Hey, nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, so skateboarding's pretty neat. Am I good at it? No. Do I enjoy it? Maybe. But yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it. I've been doing it for a couple years now. Yeah, skateboarding's cool. I'm a a big sports fan, so sports are cool. Take a look at me though, and you'd probably be like, "Oh, that guy can't play sports," and you're not wrong.
Oh yeah.
But I do my best. I do enjoy doing what I can. So yeah, big baseball and basketball fan, really fun. And kind of piggybacking off what Isaac said, I am also, I do like film. I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't say like I'm a cinephile. But I think it's pretty neat, and I'm trying to like learn more about it. I really like cartoons and animation, so I'll probably talk about that. I know you might hear me talk about Gravity Falls. It's like easily one of my favorite cartoons of all time.
Oh yeah, the worst show of all. I mean, yeah, your favorite, yeah. Good show, yeah. I like Gravity Falls.
It's a good show. It's a good show. But yeah, so Gravity Falls. Catch me talking about Rick and Morty, because my IQ is probably higher than yours.
What is that? They said May 5th is when it's coming back, right?
I haven't started. I haven't been keeping up with it as much because I wanted to wait until the second half of season 4 dropped so that I could watch it all together.
May 3rd. May 3rd is when you can.
May 3rd. Okay, nice. Yeah.
Think about watching it.
So, I don't know. I have this weird thing where I'll just wait, and I'm like, no, now's not the time to watch. Like, I just...
it's like,
I'll just
like
stop myself. I don't know.
Sitting cross-legged in your room, and you're just like floating there, and you're like... now's the time. Your eyes just like open and they're white. You're like,
like, oh shit. Like, all right, I gotta go clean. Gotta change into some new pants, but that's fine.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so just a little bit about myself. And so Isaac and I are friends. We're friends at UT. And he reached out to me a little while ago because he had the idea to do a podcast. And you want to talk a little bit more about why that is? Yeah.
So we'll talk about it a little bit right now, and then we're gonna take a small break because Shivam sucks at scheduling. So.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I think it should be. I'll tell you when I need to.
Okay.
Let's see where we're at right now.
We could just cut it because we're on my capture. We're at 33 minutes, given like the like plus minus 5 minutes for just cutting out beginning and intro and stuff like that.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, if you're at home, you're getting a little behind the scenes look at how we make this podcast right now.
So, how about we will take a little break and revisit this question.
Yeah.
Do I remember the question? No, but
I do. I remember. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. So we will.
We'll take a little bit break and we'll talk about our sponsor for this episode. Hey guys, so our sponsor for this episode, psych, we don't have one. Got you.
There's such a delay that I'm like,
you can't even react.
It's bad. Man, once this quarantine thing is over, we'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll be good. But man, right now it's just rough.
Yeah, we're definitely not sponsored right now. We'll look into like maybe getting sponsors later, but for right now, our first few episodes gonna be just us talking for like an hour. So look forward to that.
All right. Yeah, and I'm sure that all maybe 4 of y'all that are listening.
Yeah.
By that time, I mean your 2 parents and then my 2 parents.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We'll just we can talk about it some more.
Yeah.
Later down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right. For right now, we'll stop right now. We'll take a little break and then come back in a little bit.
Get right back to it. All right. See y'all later.
Welcome everybody. Welcome back. We're back. Shivam fucked up.
Nice. What you mean?
He fucked up. He didn't know that he wasn't eating right now. So we just
it's like
nothing.
Because that's the way my family works. We always eat dinner together at 7:30, but apparently today we said fuck that. So
nice.
We're back.
That's fine, dude. I'm totally fine with that. That's totally fine.
I guess it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So where we left off was what happened? How did we start this? Why did we start this?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so we'll talk about this briefly, because this kind of ties into like how we met.
Mhm.
So we'll just do. So what we want to do with this podcast is just hang out, have fun, talk about stuff that's going on in our lives, and stuff that's going on, in the world. Give our unprofessional, unsolicited opinions on everything.
Yes.
And this isn't going to be like, we're not going to be doing like heavy political commentary or anything like that. We're just going to be, cracking wise. Sometimes just kind of saying like, oh, this is what I understand of this. This is what I heard.
Mhm.
And we're just going to talk about stuff that we want to talk about. This isn't like this is probably the most like structured we're going to do an episode maybe. But this is just chill time for us to hang out.
I guess, yeah, that's definitely the hope. But Isaac and I, like we mentioned before, we do tend to go off on tangents really easily.
Yes. Yes.
So we will definitely do our best to stay talking about things that we
if we have
intend to talk about.
Yeah, if we have a topic, like if we have something we specifically want to talk about, then we will make sure that we're staying on track, and we'll try to be.
Mhm.
We'll try not to. If we're telling a story, we'll try not to like deviate too hard.
Mhm.
Obviously, we want everything to be organic, so like we don't want it to be like I don't know.
Like forced, like
Yeah.
we're forced to talk about
That's it.
something. 'Cause
Like,
that's
it's not
just
a cl-
that's just weird.
It's not a
It
classroom.
just makes for bad conversation.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know.
You paused, and I thought I heard background conversation. I thought you asked me a question about can you hear like background conversations or something like that, and I was like, oh wait, did you say something? Yeah.
Okay, so like we were saying before we went on to talk about, you were going to talk about like how this kind of came about.
Yeah. So how about we do how we met?
Yeah, sure. Okay, we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
because I think that it's all connected. It's all whatever. So do you want to tell your story that you told a long time ago that the viewer absolutely remembers because we absolutely recorded it?
So initially, Isaac and I, we've been friends for about a year and a half, and we met through a mutual org that we're both in
Mhm.
called ABSA. It's at UT. It stands for the Asian Business Students Association. It's a great org. And
okay.
and so my sophomore year, because I'm currently a junior, we had a boat party, which is traditional. It's like we always have a boat party at the beginning of the school semester, like the first fall semester. So the boat party my sophomore year, I met Isaac there.
Yeah.
And Isaac was one, like he was either one white guy out of like the entire like boat. And keep in mind that we are the Asian Business Students Association, so like
Yeah.
everybody else. Well, okay,
Yeah.
there might have been one other person
Maybe.
who wasn't Asian,
We
but besides
can't-
that, it was just you. So I was like, okay, like this guy, like he got guts, like let's talk to him. And
like
yeah,
that. I like
nice
the
guy.
cut of his jib. It's like
Yeah.
like a 20 becomes a 20 single. It's like, yeah, let's see that guy over there. He's not Asian. He's like, yeah, let's talk to him. Let's go talk to him. Yeah, come over here.
go
Let's
see
go
what he's
talk.
about.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I had a friend at the time that I joined ABSA. I had 3 friends who were officers. We called them VPs, and they're like basically like board of directors if we're talking analogous to
Yeah.
like business. They're like board of directors, and then there's a president. So 3 of them were on the board, or we call them panel. So the 3 of them are on panel.
Mhm.
And so I was like, this is a good time to join. I wanted to join a business org, but I didn't want to join something that I didn't have friends in, because I'm like, I can like,
It's hard. It's scary.
yeah, I'm an ambivert mostly, and I lean more towards like extroverted tendencies, but like it's with like close friends. Like I want to talk to somebody, but I gotta know them and be like, I gotta have an understanding of how they operate, or else I get really, really nervous. Because I don't
Mhm.
want. I like giving good first impressions. Everybody does. So I don't want them to be like, this guy's whack, dude. Because I had that shit before. When I was younger. So I was like, I've learned that like,
sometimes you just gotta kind of like feel somebody out and figure out, where, like
what their vibe
yeah,
is.
what their
Like
vibe is.
I made
Yeah.
I made a good like a I don't know what to call it, but like you gotta feel their vibes and then like adjust your own vibe frequency.
Yeah,
accordingly
that way you
to, like,
can-
meet
that
their,
way-
their vibe
dude,
length.
that
Yeah.
way you can vibe and sync with each other, dude. Like,
Dude, and then you can become the vibe
bro,
raider.
once we all like vibe together, dude, we just kind of flow like time, we just match the frequency of time, and it's just like we're together, dude. And it's just like, yeah.
Dude.
So, Shivam being the skater boy, skater boy that he is.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dude,
So yeah.
Wait, hold on.
So you joined ABC. Yeah.
skater boy is just a poor man surfer. Changed my mind.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh,
It's the
okay,
other way
yeah,
around
yeah.
for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
if you think about it, land is cheap.
No, I think they're both poor man snowboarder. Because snowboarding,
yeah. Because that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
rich shit, right? Because it like
That is,
70%
like,
of the
the
world is
hills.
water, and there's beaches everywhere on the coast. If you just go to the coast,
yeah, for sure.
and land is just dirt. It's just
It's the
fucking
other 30%,
commodity, dude. Yeah. So like, but
In-
snow? Where the fuck do you find snow? Alaska,
Maybe
probably.
like 2% of
maybe
that.
2%.
Maybe like 5%.
Like fucking
nah, probably 4.
what is that proportion? A fourth of the year, 25% of the year is snow. Maybe, but not in Texas. Definitely.
But yeah, no, definitely. No.
We're both Texas. I think we said this before. We go to the University of
Yeah,
Texas
UT,
at
yeah.
Austin. Yeah, so we're both. I was born and raised in Texas. I don't know about Shivam, but
No, likewise.
Yeah.
So my parents immigrated here from India, and
Yeah.
my two sisters and I were born here in Houston.
yeah. So we don't know what snow is. We've heard of it.
I've seen
Um,
it 3 times, 3 or 4
You're
times,
fucking lying.
and
Just kidding.
it's pretty. No. I think there was that one time.
Yeah.
So it happened twice when I was a child.
Mhm.
Right. So there was one time in 2004.
Yeah.
Which I was in India for, so I actually missed that.
Oh, that sucks.
2010. I know it happened 2010, 2008 maybe. But I have seen it 2-3 times.
it-
Yeah.
it, like-
and then it snowed like 2 years ago when I was a freshman in college.
It frosted over my sophomore year of high school. Like, it didn't snow. It got really close. Everything was frost,
Yeah,
and we
cool.
still went to school. And I was like, what is this bullshit? Like, why do I have to go to school?
That's the closest we get
Yeah.
to snow
Honestly, yeah. And it's,
here. No, and it actually snowed during winter break. I
okay,
think.
but
Or
that,
no.
that was not, we didn't get anything. It was
I
like,
think it counts.
it was like,
I think it counts.
It was like specks. Somebody could have been just grating cheese over us and you would not have noticed. They could have just been
Yeah.
like, it could have just been construction dust for all we know. Because living in Austin.
It literally, as soon as it hit the asphalt or the concrete of the sidewalks had melted.
just,
But
yeah.
seeing it fall is pretty exciting.
Honestly,
Like
yeah.
I went up, I was working, probably studying for some exam, and I like freaked out because I have a big ass window next to my desk, and I like grabbed my roommates, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god.
And they freaked out too.
Mom, it's snowing,
And then,
Mom.
I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Oh,
It was
weird.
pretty cool. It was
Yeah.
exciting.
So yeah,
But yeah,
so
so
we're both poor men's snowboarders. Although I don't skate, so I'm just poor.
you could pull it off though. I think
could.
like
I'm just not bold enough.
if you held a skateboard, people would be like, "Oh, that guy definitely."
Dude, I
skateboards."
almost broke my knee riding a lime, so I'm not trying to do that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
fair.
did have a phase where I really liked skateboarding. Like I had a skate on my Nintendo DS, and I played that all the time. I was really into Tony Hawk, or like just watching stuff. I had Tech Decks, dude. I was cool. I was a cool kid.
Yeah.
I had Tech Decks.
I
really- I was
found
really
a
good at
Tech Deck on the
Tech Decks, too.
ground, so that kind of I like because my mom would never buy that for me
Yeah.
because it was like weird, right? Like who would want a little fucking like finger skateboard?
It's cool as
Uh,
shit, dude. How dare you?
But it's kind of weird. Like let's be
Have you
real.
seen?
Like
Did you watch the Tech Deck videos? You didn't watch the Tech Deck videos, dude. They hyped that shit
yeah,
up.
no, because I had a fucking light.
They had like a whole
Um,
studio, and they converted it to like a tabletop skate park, and they would just do like these crazy ass tricks.
Did you know that? Did you know that handboards are a thing? Do you know what a handboard is?
Yeah,
Like what? Why?
because it's cool.
Why is it?
Because it's cool,
Is it?
dude. I can't.
You sure?
I don't have time to explain popular things to you, Shivam. I don't have time to explain trends.
I guess it can be nice to like have a handboard to like model a trick and be like, oh, this is kind of what I want to be able to do
Yeah.
when I'm staying on my skateboard, or to be like, oh, this is what the design will look like. But there are people out there who will spend hundreds.
Yeah, me.
I don't know. Oh, you do. You're a
Yeah.
handboarder. Oh, for real?
Oh, actually, I gotta look up
That's
what a
crazy.
handboard is. I feel like we're talking about different
Oh,
things.
you don't know what a handboard is?
I was a fingerboarder, dude.
It's the middle step. It's the Goldilocks.
Okay, I've
spot.
never seen this shit. This thing is like insane. That's not okay.
Isn't it?
Okay, I could
It's
I
a
could
thing.
see that because like it's not as you're not as fast with it and you can't do as much because it's so that thing is huge. You can't if you're not seeing this at home, which you're not is where this is an audio recording. Look up handboard right now. Everybody look up handboard. This is required homework. If you don't do your homework, you're gonna fail this class. I'm sorry. Look up a handboard.
And it's like
shit is massive.
it's basically just a hand-sized skateboard.
Yeah.
And I mean, you play with it the same way that you would with like a tech deck.
Yeah.
So you don't go outside with it. You just have
Well,
it.
why would you go outside with that? Can you imagine
I don't
somebody going
know.
outside and just on the ground, just like
Fucking
on
shredding that. I'm
on
like,
their
oh
knees,
shit,
like-
that guy's awesome.
what if you like did a handstand on your handboard and like
That would be
dope.
sick.
See, that's the second stage. We got to make that. So like you go
I don't know if I can
fingerboard,
bounce like that.
you go fingerboard, and then you go handboard, and then you go handstand board, which is just a
Handstand
regular
board.
skateboard, but we don't tell them that. So listener, don't tell them that. That's what we should call our audience, just listener, not listeners.
Listener?
Yeah. Audience or
just singular listener.
audience member, person
Yeah,
listening to
yeah.
this podcast.
Lucky guest number 12.
It's like, hey, welcome back, guy. Hey, welcome back, one person.
That's good. That's good.
Actually, we can't.
Okay, wait. Why don't we keep going with it?
Hold on, we can't use guy because that's a YouTube channel. The dude is like, "What's up, guy?" So like, we can't use that, but maybe we could just play around.
What's
with
up? No, just use listener. Honestly,
Honestly.
I think it
It.
hits.
Wait, you were telling the story. That's you. You tangented.
Hey, you. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Well, anyways, let's go back then.
Yeah.
My B.
It's okay.
So we were talking about how we met.
Mhm.
So I met Isaac at the boat party.
Mhm.
But Isaac and I were actually talking earlier, and he he had a different story to tell.
Yeah,
other
okay,
than
yeah.
the boat
I
party.
can tell that story. So my initial impression of Shivam, if you don't remember from when we obviously said this earlier, I can't believe you weren't listening to that.
So
Come on, viewer. Come on, one. You're the only person listening to this, and you don't remember.
come on, mom.
Come on, mom. What if we just
Mom,
what if we
please,
just open with that, like, hey, what's up, mom? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. All right. So my initial impression was like, damn, this guy's kind of cool. And I thought he was too cool for me, but nobody's too cool for me. I'm fucking awesome. Just kidding. So we ended up. So later on, like, I don't know, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later,
it's a week later.
a week later, yeah. The next
Yeah,
week, we went
The next
camping. It's part of our org.
Which is also another. It's
it's
sorry.
another part. It's like super week. You said that, right? Did you say that in this session?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
But basically, like for our first 3 events of the year for our org, we do a thing where we all just hang out at the school. We do a boat party, and then we go camping. Camping's like the last one.
Yeah.
And a lot of people go, and it's a lot
A
of
lot
fun.
of people have to go. The way it works is like
A lot of people have to go
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
if
I have to
you're-
go for sure because I'm the one planning
also,
it.
I have to go to the whatever. So there's director roles in our org. They are for the hierarchy of ABSA. And if you can't tell by now, this episode is sponsored by ABSA. It's just one
Yeah.
big ag for our org. So if you're not a part of it, that's probably for the best. I'm just kidding. So there's the president who's in charge of panel. Panel is 7 VPs. They're each in charge of a different facet of the org. So they do business stuff like administration and finance and executive reach out. So they'll reach out to other they'll do the philanthropic stuff, philanthropy.
Mhm.
And there's other ones that aren't as important. I'm just kidding. So
I'm really curious to see because I know this like the back of my hand.
yes.
Because this is what I do, right?
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to hear you talk about it. So please, please continue.
Cool. Again, an ad for our org. we're trying to seduce y'all and make you think that it's also interesting. This is
Yeah.
next level hypnosis, Inception.
Yeah,
baby.
you're gonna get in there someday, Mom.
Just come back to college, take a class at UT, join our org. So under the the different VPs, there are directors, and directors control different like programs that the different branches of the org will like do. So Shivam is part of internal branch. And internal is like internal relations. So the social side of ABSA, maintaining like what we have a family system. It's basically like a lukewarm version of like a sorority or a fraternity like family program, where you have a big sibling and a little sibling. Okay. But we do big siblings, like a team of big siblings, like in control, or not in control of, sorry, not in control of. I just want to preference that. In charge of, I guess, managing a family of like 30 people or so, 25 to 30 people.
And at camping, like, I don't want to go too in depth, because like then we're gonna lose sight of the story.
For the sake of understanding,
but at camping, so we like, it's just a good way for the families to like meet and stuff, for you to meet your bigs if you're little, and vice versa.
Yeah. So what camping is if you applied for a directorship, and we could just show this. We could just play this episode of the podcast for anybody joining ABSA.
Yeah,
honestly, dude, we're doing their work for them. Come on. So if you join, if you're trying to be a director, if you applied and did the interviews and stuff like that, one of the requirements is that you go to camping. So I applied for a financial director role, because I was trying to learn like finance, and I'm an economics major, so it makes sense. So we go, and you stay the night. You have to stay the night if you're a director, but that's a lie. Don't tell anybody, but that's a lie. Okay? You don't actually have to stay. Listener, mom, you don't have to stay if you don't want to.
Mom, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. It's fine.
Mom, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. It's okay.
Mom, I promise you it's okay. No, I'll be fine. I'm going to stay with my friends. It's fine.
Mom.
Okay, but
okay. So
I digress.
So and then this is where they introduce the families for the year. So the families, the bigs have to go as well, so that they can meet their family. And it's like the only obligation that they have for the entire year, other than like OU weekend. So, but you don't have to go. Mom, you don't have to go if you're
Mom,
a big.
You don't have to go to that if you don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm just telling you like how it's been done historically.
I know you really want to be a financial director, and you can. Yes. It's okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I understand.
So that's why I was there. That's why we were there. That's why everybody was there. Shivam applied for family director, so he'd be in charge of the pigs. So we were sitting down at this bench, and we were there with 2 or 3 other girls that I didn't know, but I think Shivam knew them, or at least some of them. And he has a question that he asks everybody, guys and girls. And guys and girls, if you're listening, you have to. Oh wait, no, actually, this is not the question. We have another question.
No, not that one. Not yet. You jumped the gun.
He asked. He asked women all the time. He asks them all the time. It's like, what is your minimum?
No, you're making it sound like this is my only personality trait. This is just a good question to start conversation.
Personality of Shivam. He asks questions to women, 1 question to girls, and then he skates.
And then that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
He asks,
and if they don't like me, then I just cry.
If they don't respond well to his question, or if they don't like skating, because who does? It's over.
And if they're not a potted plant.
If they don't understand potted plant analogies, it just doesn't work. He can't explain anything.
It just doesn't work.
He's like, you're like Sharon, picture our marriage like a potted plant. It needs to be watered every day. She's like,
that's good. Oh, that's funny.
She's like, shut up with the potted plant analogies. Oh my God. That's in your vows. It's like in your vows, you're like, I love you almost as much as I love nature.
Be like, all right, we're calling it off.
It's like, I told him not to do this. I told you not to do this. That was in my vows. I said that. Please don't do this. So
I vow that I will leave your dumbass.
So the question is, for all those out there, so Mom, if you're listening, the question is, what's your minimum height? What's the minimum height that you prefer? Not that it's like a requirement for like dating, because obviously we're all not that shallow, right? We're not shallow. Yeah, no, we're not shallow. So it's like, what is the minimum height that you like prefer on a guy that's like attractive or whatever? And for some reason, they all said 6 feet. And guess how tall Shivam and I are?
Listener,
You guessed it,
you might
Mom!
have guessed it.
6 feet tall.
We are both 6
We're
foot.
both 6 feet tall. We just happen to be the same height, and we both happen to be 6 feet, and they just happen to say 6 feet. So we asked everybody in the campsite. We didn't really, but we always found a way to.
It was
bring up.
just those 3 people.
Yeah, so it became like a running joke where it was like, any chance we got, we would just be like, "Hey, you know Shivam over there?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, you see Shivam right there? Yeah, he's 6 feet tall." Holy shit! And then they'd be like, "Oh my god, that's so cute!" Oh. And it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But for the sake of science, and then we just kept finding ways to bring it up. We just kept 30 minutes later, we would just be like, "Hey, you know Isaac over there? I heard he's 6 feet tall."
And by the way, we would have we would start talking to them. It's just a good conversation starter.
Yeah.
So we would be in the midst of conversation and somehow bring it back, and it was just
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And after that, I was like, you know what? I vibe with this guy Isaac pretty well. That's where I learned. I was like, okay, he's cool.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
So we figured out really quickly we have the same humor style. So then we were
Mhm.
we were always talking about doing either a channel or a podcast, but we never had
yeah, it was always in conversation.
Yeah, we never. He's a VP this year for our org, and I started doing pigging. And I'm at we're both technically juniors because I have another year. So it's crackdown time. So we just got really busy. But then we're in quarantine now.
They're just working out. Yeah,
Yeah.
no time like the present.
We can't go to school. Everything's online, so it's just kind of
Mhm.
might as well. We're just sitting around most of the time. So we decided
Yeah, for
might as well. This is a great time to start it. You already know this, Mom, because you saw on Facebook and Facebook that there's so many people starting all these things.
So hey, we were why not?
Jump on the bandwagon.
And
if you can't beat them, join them.
and there are some podcasts that you like.
Yes, I do.
that you mentioned
yeah,
before.
So I mentioned earlier, obviously, if you were listening, Mom, I mentioned that I really like Tiny Meat Gang podcasts. So we're basically just going to copy their entire style because why not?
Yeah, definitely.
Just kidding.
It was actually
no copyright infringement intended.
Didn't I show you Tiny Meat Gang?
You did. I think you did. I think so. I knew. So
or did I show
knew.
it?
They're both Vine.
I showed it to you.
Yeah, they're both old Viners, and
Yes.
I knew them from Vine a little bit. But you were the one who showed me oh yeah, they have a channel and they're doing a podcast. Or I think you showed me the channel and then we watched some of their videos, and then I found out they had a podcast. So I was like, fuck it, I like
Yeah.
podcasts. Oh, my job. I have a job that's a 6 a.m. job. I wake up at 6 a.m. I go to the College of Communication and I walk around the buildings and make sure lights are working and stuff like that. And I put batteries in mics. So ladies,
It's pretty
ladies,
fucking sick. Yeah.
ladies,
He's 6 foot.
6 foot.
Knows how to put batteries in a
I know
mic.
how to put a battery
What
in a
more do you
mic.
need?
What more do you want?
Can you open it? Hey, can you open a jar? Can you open a jar?
No.
Well,
Yeah, damn. How well.
let's see if we'll try and discover any redeeming qualities later on.
I mean, six,
As we
my height
progress.
is the only redeeming quality. You heard my intro. None of that's interesting. Who gives a fuck about comic books or anything like that, or gaming? Who likes gaming? Seriously though, if you like gaming and you're female and single, please hit me up. What if this just becomes just a thirst trap? We're just please date me. Oh my god.
If you made it this far, my phone number is
You made
just
it.
listed up.
Just get I got a text from my mom.
It's like, oh,
It's oh my
heard
god.
you were single. You're like, Mom, not again.
Oh,
Jesus
I
Christ.
know you're the only one listening to this, but please don't text me. It's not you.
You're like, I told you how much I don't like
I
Oedipus.
gotta
Jesus
keep my
Christ.
DMs open.
But yeah, so you were saying that you just listen to the podcast whenever you
Yeah,
can.
so I listen to podcasts in the morning when I'm walking around because it's really boring. It's so boring. So I was
Mhm.
I want to make one. I think this is something that we do well at. So I got him on board, and then we actually bought mics and a bunch of stuff for it. So let's fingers crossed this is actually successful because I'm in debt.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. And the second question, this is for Mom, you viewer out there listening. You have to answer this question. Don't you fucking skip this question. If you don't answer this question, you're not a real viewer. Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth? And we ask guys and girls. This is not. We're both straight men, right? Both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, don't.
Dude, yeah.
Dude.
I put my my peen in. Anyways.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
So yeah. So this is not a gay thing, all right? This is a respect.
This is just like what you like, and and what you think is attractive.
Who do you wish to look like? And for the women out there or just actually, sorry, I shouldn't assume. For the straight women out there, or just gay men, whatever you are, answer this question. It doesn't matter. It's not a sexual thing. It can be, but it can be.
So the question is,
well, no, I asked it.
So the question is,
I already asked it.
Who do you? Oh, did you?
Yeah, Chris.
You said Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth?
Who do you prefer? I guess it should say. Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth. He's.
Whoa! Don't give it the answer. There is. That's the other part. There is a right answer.
There is a right answer. Wrong,
just get out the door. We're not going to tell you what the answer is. We actually might. Once we consolidate everything and have I don't know, website or whatever, however we promote this.
Put a poll out,
We're going to put a poll out.
Because I'm really curious to see what people think.
Yeah, and also the height thing. We'll probably put both polls out because we want to see where do our viewers stand? Do they align with our values, or are they fucking plebs and we don't care about them?
Or are they bad people?
Are they just bad? Mom,
I think it's just one or the other.
Did you raise me right?
But yeah, so we talked about those questions at camping, and they definitely did a good amount to make us made me realize, okay, this guy he knows what's up.
Yeah.
And we hit it off.
Yeah.
And one thing led to another, and now we're here.
Yeah. And I don't know how long. It's been 28 on my recording, so
28.
We might wrap up soon, but I think we should address the fact that we may not have a name right now.
Yes.
Because we, obviously earlier we talked about this, listener, viewer. I'm not going to do that joke again. I'm sorry. I ran too long with that joke. But yeah. We
gotta come up with something
when we recorded the first time, we actually went through it all. So we're going to do that again. This may or may not have a title, depending on where you're listening to this. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Podbean or wherever we choose to put it out, it'll definitely have a title because we need you to find us somehow. But if you're listening to this in one of our group chats, that we'll probably put this in just to get people to check it out, then there may not be a title. We may not have a name yet, so we're going to go through our list of potential names just to kind of
so a lot of them, because we thought it would be funny to work with that whole 6 foot thing.
Yeah.
So some of the ones that we have going, or some of the ideas that we've had so far, Short Kings Beware. I know you're a big fan of that one.
I'm not I think it'd be funny, if you saw that on Spotify or wherever you find podcasts, and it's just Short Kings Beware, and you're short. how jarring.
You're what?
What the fuck? You coming at me right now, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, what? Squab up. Hey.
Hey. But so that's on the list. You have this.
I should. Sorry,
club.
Let me explain Short Kings.
Oh.
So Short Kings is it's not anybody's specific things. It's a trend. Obviously, you've seen it. But I think TMG did a good job of popularizing it. Tiny Meat Gang. But I don't know, maybe other channels did too. But they have a Short Kings anthem, and they call themselves Short Kings. They're both I think they're 5'8".
Something like that.
But we're 6 feet, so we don't gotta fucking deal with that. So Short Kings, if you're listening, watch out. Because we're the guys you have to compete with. We're their fucking nightmare. So
that meme style that's you versus the girl, you versus the guy she told you not to worry about? That's us.
You and the guy
that's
she has
me.
a crush on? That's me. You're seeing a picture of me. we're gonna put that up. So I just thought it'd be funny if that was like our name, but I don't know if I want to
Yeah,
stick
no,
with
I
it.
dig it.
So that's in the
I
running.
think that's funny.
Um,
You got Club 6, but it's like CLU6.
yeah, because the
kinda
B is a
spicy.
6. You know, because B's kind of look like 6s. Haha. So I was thinking like, I don't know if I like it. I like the idea for like merchandising because it's like that looks like a logo, but also I think it's dumb. But it's Club 6 feet, so it's like Club 6. But
Mhm.
yeah. Wait, why are you deleting my favorite one?
Just want to make sure that we don't accidentally bring it up.
Wait, I
We
won't bring up what you don't want me to bring up, but I do want to talk about
Okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah, because I still think that'd be a funny thing.
All right.
So
So we got 6 foot squad.
yeah.
I think it rolls off the tongue pretty well.
yeah. And then we
It
have
just speaks for itself, honestly.
yeah, we have 6 feet and single, which I really like, because when we how do I want
Yes.
to?
Okay, there we
I'm
go.
trying to dodge.
No,
it.
my mic started messing. I was trying to put it back in the stand, but it didn't
Yeah,
work. It's fine.
so at camping, we're just like 2 single men walking around asking people about their preference, and we would say all the time, we would repeat, be like, "Hey, you know that guy? He's
girl.
he's 6 feet and single." So I think that would be like
if-
a callback to why we're doing this and like how we met and like what started this. So I thought it'd be like, I just think it's like
I kind of like that.
yeah, it's like a good history.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe we should. Go
Yeah,
with
let's
that.
just all right, fuck it. We're 6 feet and single. No, I'm just kidding. We'll think about it and we'll get back to you. You'll see if it's,
We'll refine it a little
you'll
bit.
by the time you watch this, you'll probably see whether or not we actually
We
ended up doing it, because we also have to make a logo. I just realized, and that's
So
gonna
in a way, listener, you know more than we do.
mom. In a way, mom, you know me better than I do.
Okay, so
Uh,
then after that, we have there's that thing that's like for like if you go to like a water park or like an amusement park, they have those signs that are like, oh, must be 48 inches tall or taller to
No, I don't
ride,
know what you're
something like
talking
that. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
have no idea. I've never heard of that before.
Well, stupid bitch point. But
Psych. Sorry.
so we were thinking, hey, it might be funny to like kind of play off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So something like must be 72 inches or taller to ride, or
Oh.
children under 6 foot must be accompanied by an
Yeah,
adult.
so
They're a little lengthy though.
yeah, so
Just like
we're
us.
probably not going to do that. We were trying to think of a joke involving that. So if you're listening to this and we don't have a name, tell us what you think. I don't know.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure.
If you
And
can
it can be
figure out-
something bad.
Yeah.
Like we can.
If you can
we can
figure out a way
spice
to
it up a little bit.
shorten that, keep the idea, maybe we'll go with it. We probably won't because your ideas are dumb, Mom, but maybe they are.
Honestly, I mean, but so are ours. So
Honestly,
like,
yeah.
let's be
6 feet and
honest. Like we
single,
could.
That's the best we could come up with.
That's pretty bad. But yeah, we'll try and figure out a name
Yeah.
for whatever we end up for this podcast.
I also think it'd be really funny if like our tag is 6 feet and single, and then like way
Mhm.
later we're like married, and they're just like, and like a new
what the fuck?
listener's like, wait, did they just talk about their wives? I thought they were single.
This entire time, yeah.
It also kind of looks like, I just think it's funny. I don't know. I'm not gonna let this go. If we're not 6 feet and single, I'm gonna bring it up all the time.
I mean,
I will
kind of
riot.
hits.
I will riot.
You'll riot.
I'll riot.
Just throw your shit
Yeah,
everywhere.
I quit. I quit.
Because you can't go outside. You can't ride outside.
I quit.
Under quarantine.
You owe me
You just quit,
$20.
but then you just okay. But
Yes.
I think we should end on that note.
Yeah.
Because I do have to. I think that's all the time we have.
That's all the time you have.
That is all the time I have.
Yeah.
But
Thank you for listening. If you got this far,
thank you for.
thank
Yes.
you. We really appreciate it. There's absolutely no
we do
reason
appreciate
why
it so much. Yeah.
you should still be listening,
And,
but you are. So thanks.
Hey, I mean, and provided it's not just my mom, feel free to hit us up on any of our multiple lines.
Yeah.
You can always hit me up on Twitter. You can find me at the real Shivamas. My Instagram, Shivam, OOHH_Shivam, or find me on Facebook. Hit me up. Let's get these ideas flowing.
Oh yeah. Please reach out to us. Let me see what my name on Instagram is. I think it's just Isaac.
No, you're Isaac Bumgardner.
Yeah, Isaac Bumgardner on Instagram.
that's all I'm gonna plug right now because I don't want you hitting up my Facebook because it's not the right Facebook that you should be hitting up. So I'll have that in the next episode, hopefully, or hopefully I have that up soon so you can follow me there. But my tag is Isaac Bumgardner, EYESAK BUMGARDNER. It looks like Isaac, like I-S, and then sack without the C. Bum, just how you spell bum, and then Gardner, how you spell Gardner. So
yeah,
that's me on.
Find us. If you have any things that you think are trash, let us know.
Yeah.
If you think any things are great, let us know.
Please. We need the positive
we'll
feedback.
Look forward to hearing from you. Yeah.
We're both fragile men.
I'm sad.
Yes.
I'm a soft boy.
I'm a softie.
I do that. You know that new emoji thing?
Yes.
With the
fingers. That's me.
Yeah.
Every time you see that, that's me. That's what they're referencing. All right.
But yeah, so
thank you.
So I guess that'll do it for this podcast.
All right.
Hope to see you on the next one.
Thank you, guys.